Gold Rush Gamble Parker Schnaubels. Dominion Creek bet turned sour in the high-stakes world of gold mining. Even seasoned veterans like Parker Schnaubel can hit a rough patch. One of the most prominent figures on Discovery's long-running series, Gold Rush. Parker is no stranger to risk, grit, and the weight of expectation, but his ambitious investment in Dominion Creek, a $15 million endeavor, appears to have become one of the most turbulent chapters in his mining career. While the word regret may be a stretch for a man who rarely admits defeat, Parker's latest season on Gold Rush paints a vivid picture of frustration, underperformance, and hard lessons learned. The $15 million dream. Dominion Creek wasn't just another site on the map. It represented a significant step forward for Parker and his operation. Shelling out a whopping $15 million, he saw Dominion as the next frontier, a place that could yield massive rewards. The target was lofty, but not unrealistic for some of his track record: 8,000 ounces of gold. With his usual determination and a crew that followed him through thick and thin, Parker dove head first into what was meant to be a season of big wins. Harsh reality from the get-go. Dominion Creek didn't offer the welcome Parker had hoped for. The ground was tough, literally frozen terrain slowed operations dramatically, cutting into valuable mining time. Anyone familiar with Gold Rush knows that the clock is always ticking in the Yukon. A few lost weeks to cold ground or broken equipment can snowball into devastating losses by the end of the season. And that's precisely what happened. Not only was the ground unforgiving, but equipment failures plagued the crew throughout the season. Mechanical issues are par for the course of mining, but the frequency and severity of the problems at Dominion began to feel like sabotage from the mining gods themselves. Falling short of the gold standard by season's end, Parker and his crew had managed to pull out 6,837.04 ounces of gold. No small feat by ordinary standards, but still over 1,100 ounces shy of the original target. That gap was more than symbolic. It represented a tangible financial shortfall after a season of intense labor, major investment, and frayed nerves. For viewers, the moment Parker reviewed the final gold tally was heavy. There wasn't a usual celebration. No, we did it. Euphoria, just a quiet realization that even the best laid plans can unravel in the Yukon wilderness. Leadership on the edge. Another telling aspect of this season was Parker's demeanor. Known for his sharp instincts and decisive leadership, he often appeared reactive rather than proactive during the Dominion operation, whether it was frustration boiling over equipment breakdowns or the tough calls about whether to cut losses or double down. Fans saw a version of Parker they weren't used to, a bit more uncertain, a bit more rattled. At times, Parker's usual confidence seemed overshadowed by the sheer weight of the operation. As the pressure mounted, so did the cracks and morale. The once tightly wound operation began to fray, revealing the mental toll such high-risk ventures can take even on a seasoned miner. The Gold Rush narrative falls flat if there's one thing Gold Rush thrives on. It's the redemption arc, the final week miracle, the big gold haul that turns everything around. But in the case of Dominion Creek, the payoff never came. The storyline instead followed a more sobering path, one of expectations, unmet challenges endured, and a team forced to accept the hard work doesn't always equate to success. For fans, it was an unusual season, more grounded perhaps, but less satisfying. There was no dramatic redemption, no moment of glory to make the pain feel worth it, just a gritty reminder that mining, like life, can be brutally indifferent to even the most determined efforts. Regret or reality check. While Parker hasn't openly said he regrets the purchase of Dominion Creek, his body language and tone throughout the season hinted at disappointment. The financial strain was visible, so much so that Parker reportedly had to sell off some equipment to keep operations afloat. It's a reality check not just for Parker, but for viewers who might think gold mining is all about big payouts and bigger personalities. Sometimes it's about cutting your losses, re-evaluating your strategy, and preparing for the next big risk. What's next for Parker? Despite the setback, Parker Schnabel isn't one to stay down for long. His track record speaks for itself, and his ambition has always driven him to find new frontiers, no matter the cost. Whether Dominion Creek becomes a long-term part of his mining empire or a cautionary tale remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: this season serve as a stark reminder that even gold legends can hit rock bottom literally.